guys, we are back for another recipe today. Today I've been dying to make these. I make these often throughout the course of the year, and today, as you can see, we have some nice, really nice center cut pork chops. So we're doing a pork chop recipe today. I'm going to show you how I do a what the fuck am I doing today? Oh my God. All right, well, that sucked. Let's do this over again. Okay, guys, we're back for another recipe today. Today we are doing, as you can see, I've got some really nice center cut pork chops here in front of me. They're sliced about, I'd say about 1 inch to 1 1/4 inches. If you can find these, if you're not butchering your own pork tenderloin, make sure that what you see in the package, that they're even all the way across. That's very important for this recipe because everybody knows, right? Like, you go over somebody's house for a pork chop and it's like eating a leather boot. I'm going to show you how to not have a leather boot for your dinner today. So anyways, today we are doing a Parmesan crusted pork chop. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make that. It's very simple. I just got some salt and pepper. I got 4 center cut pork chops. Off camera here, I got a couple of beaten eggs in a bowl, some breadcrumbs, and some Parmesan Reggiano. Okay, that's it. That's all there is to this recipe. And behind me, I have a frying pan with some oil in it, and that's where we're going to fry these up. I'm going to show you how to do that. So first things first, you want to make sure, or I always make sure, it's just a habit. I always have a tendency of just dabbing all of my, now these were rinsed too, by the way, just to get the extra moisture off these. Now if you were pan searing these, you without a doubt want to make sure that this moisture is off of these. Okay, so that's it. That's all I do, is I just dab them with a paper towel, just like that. And I do notice that I have one pork chop that's a little bit off. This is what I was talking about. Let me show you. See how thick that is on that side? And see, I consider that a little thinner on the other side because it's rounded like it is. So that's going to cook a little uneven. It's not going to be bad, but it's going to be a little uneven. Okay. So let me turn around and wash my hands real quick. Okay, so what I always do in the beginning, and no, before anybody says anything, I am going to throw this salt away when I'm done with it because I'm putting my fingers in it. What we do want to do though is we want to salt these pretty good. You know, don't be liberal with them. We're going to throw a little pepper on them like this. All right, because you know pork can be a little bit bland. It's not bad, but it can be a little bit bland. So we're going to doctor this up and make these really yummy. Okay, more salt, just like that. Good. All right, that's it for the salt. We'll throw a little pepper on it like this, just like that. Okay, very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these, I'm just going to move these off camera, and I'm going to clean up my cutting board here because I have some salt on it. That's that. And we're going to bring in our little dredging station that we made. Now, like I said, the only thing that, I mean, you know, this is pretty basic. It's not like doing a chicken parm because you wouldn't have the Parmesan Reggiano over here. Okay, you would have the only thing you would have is flour. That's taking the place of the flour. Every other thing is pretty much exactly the same. All right, so let's get on with this. I'm going to show you how I do this. So first things first, we're going to take our pork chop and we're going to press down on it just like this. All right, and you can put more cheese on it, press down on it like this. Always try to get as much to stick to your chop as much as you can, right? All right. And it depends on how your whatchamacallit is your cheese is cut up to is going to make a big difference. Okay, so there we go. That's it. That's all we're doing. And then we're just going to dip it in the egg real fast. Just like this. Okay. You are going to lose a little bit of the cheese. Don't worry about it. That flavor's still going to come through. Trust me. Okay. And then in here it goes. And that's it. That's all there is to it. I'm going to turn it. Again, push down. Make sure it's all incorporated. You don't want no wet spots. I know that was very wrong to say that, but whatever. All right. Okay, just keep turning it. Just baby them. That's all you gotta do. Yeah, and we're gonna cook these to about 145. Now you know the whole thing of, you know, oh, if my pork chop is pink in the middle, I'm not gonna eat that. That's terrible. It's not how it works. Okay, so all right, so I think this is good. So at 145, you could definitely see a little pink in there. It's not bad. All right, look at how gorgeous, how beautiful that thing is, huh? Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to lay that one there aside. I'm going to do the other three here, and then I'll be back with you, and we'll show you how we fry these up, and we're going to plate it up. It's a super simple recipe today, but I think it's very delicious. If you guys had somebody over for dinner, serve this with like roasted carrots, or you could serve it with broccoli or green beans, or you could do whatever. I think today I'm gonna serve this with some green beans. It's gonna be delicious. Okay, I'll see you guys in a second. I'm gonna finish this up. All right, so I have all my pork chops breaded over here. I got usually try to fry it like between 350, 375, somewhere around there. I'm coming in at like, I don't know, like 375. I don't know if you guys can see that, somewhere around there. 375, 380. That's still okay. It's not going to be a big deal, because as soon as I drop these in, I'm going to lose the heat. So just keep that in mind, that when you guys do this, you might want to add just a little bit more heat to it when you drop these in. And I have to show you these. Look at this. These phenomenal. Okay, so here we go. We're going to drop these in away from us, just like that. And we're going to leave them alone for a little while. And we're just going to let this do their thing. I'm going to try to get all four in here. We'll see how that works out. Might be close. I should have used my cast iron skillet for this one, but let's see. Yeah, we'll get them in there. We'll get them in. There we go. All right. So I only put about, as far as oil goes, I only put, I don't know, maybe ½ inch on the bottom, and that seems to be, you know, where you want these. So the other thing that comes in handy for you guys too is I use a thermoprobe pen. Basically, it's just an instant read thermometer, and you know, because you definitely want to not overcook these. I'm only cooking these to 145. So you know, when I cut it open, there could be like a hue of pink, but trust me, the bacteria is dead. It's gone. It's not going to hurt you. I eat them like this all the time. You can do research if you wanted to, you know, go online and see what the temperature is to cook pork. Some people say cook it to 165. You know, listen, that's where you get the Wolverine work boot. You know, if you're going to cook them that long, don't make pork chops, because you're going to ruin it. This way, they're going to be, they're going to be juicy. You press on them, you can see the moisture in them. They're not tough, and if you have to reheat these, you reheat them at like 150, right? Because you don't want to go over 150. You don't want to actually cook them anymore. You just want to put some heat to them. So that's what I recommend. Anyways, these are going to take a few minutes. I'm going to let these go. I'm not going to touch them, do anything to them, add anything to them. I'm just going to keep my eye on my oil, which, what do we got for oil temp now? Yeah, see, we dipped down about 60 degrees. So I'm still going to let that go. I'm going to turn these up to medium now, and we're going to try to retain some more of that heat and get it to, 325, 350 be a good frying time for these. We're going to flip them. We know we're going to flip them when the bottom is nice and golden brown, which they're far from that right now. So we're going to let these go. I'll be back with you guys in just a few minutes. We'll flip them. We'll show them what I'm talking about if you've never made these before, and we'll take it from there. We're going to plate these up. It's going to be a good lunch today. Okay, so I had a problem with my camera, so I'm not sure if the last scene took place or not. So I flipped them. This now is what it looks like, okay? I'm going to be really aggravated if I didn't get that last scene. So anyways, this is what they look like now, and what I was saying is we're just going to leave them like this in the pan. We're going to get the other side brown, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to flip them like every minute just to get the temperature to 145, right? 145 is safe. Don't let people tell you that you got to cook them to 165. You do not have to cook it to 165. You know, like I said, you might as well chew on a piece of leather or have some beef jerky because you're going to ruin them if you cook them that long. All right, we're going to be back with you guys in just a couple of minutes here. I'm going to let these cook down a little bit more, and we will show you the temperature when I'm done, and you guys can see for yourself. Okay, so I'm back with you guys. Now, I'm going to show you exactly what I was talking about, okay? So 145 is what we're looking for, and I'm pretty much there right now. Okay, so we're going to give this guy a stab, and we're at about 135 on the back part of that one. And we're at about 130 for that one, so it's getting close, right? It's and this one's at 140, so a couple minutes, and we're gonna pull this. We're getting to be about 140, so just a couple of minutes. Pull this at 145 and let them rest. All right, so the only thing I did now is I just flipped them one more time. These are done. These are at 145, 148. So the only thing we're going to do now is we're going to just put them on a rack over here. Let me see if you guys can see this. There we go, right there. We're just going to sit them on a rack. These are gorgeous. These are going to be so good. If you haven't had, if you like pork chops, and you've always struggled to make them a good way, a good quality pork chop, follow this recipe. I guarantee you guys that you're not gonna be sorry that you did. All right, we're gonna kill the heat. We're gonna sit here for a second, let these rest about 5 minutes or so. We're gonna plate this up. I'll cut it in half. We'll show you what we got. All right, so we let this rest for about 5 minutes, and now we're able to cut into one of these now. All right, so I just want to show you exactly what it looks like when you cut into it before I plate it. So this should be very juicy inside. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. See? Look, I am sorry, I'm kind of yelling, but listen, I want to just show you what I'm talking about. Watch right here. See all that juice right here? It's wonderful. This is going to be fantastic. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to set this aside. Pork chops are perfect. They're going to taste so good. Okay. Let me clean up my mess here real quick. Just like that. Get that out of the way. It's got to look pretty. Hate a messy kitchen, right? All right, let's bring a plate in. Let's get this going. All right, so here's our beautiful, beautiful pork chop. We're gonna do that. We're gonna put that up front, just like that. Okay, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna serve this with a little bit of fresh green beans that I was in the mood for these. These are real simple to make. These are it's just butter, garlic, shallots, and that's about it. Okay, so there we go. There is my lunch today. Okay, let's clean up the mess. Let's clean that up. Make this look nice. Okay, so I cannot wait to eat this. Beautiful. Can't wait to eat this. And just because it's a Parmesan crusted thing, what we're going to do is we're just going to top it off with a little bit of Parmesan Reggiano. Just like that. Alright? Alright guys, this is how you make a Parmesan crusted pork chop, a center cut pork chop. If you guys have always had a problem with making these, listen, don't worry about it. This is a kind of foolproof, really. Check out this recipe, make it, and you know, let me know how you guys like it. I'm sure you guys are gonna like it. All right. So that's it. Subscribe to my channel, put a thumbs up if you like it, share it, you know, all that good stuff. You know, we'd appreciate that. And we'll see you in the next recipe. Parmesan crusted pork chops. What's for lunch today. See you in the next one.